Hey y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to the internet. Welcome back to Redneck Radio, the live stream where you get, let's see today, an extra side helping of cube steak, um, fresh corn, and spicy collard greens. Sounds good to me.
It does.
Yeah. With with me as always is Irate Bear.
And Irate Bear's going to lose his friggin' temper with the recapture thing. Yeah. Hello, everybody. I hope you're all well and having a wonderful weekend. How are you, Bloodwing?
Not bad, not bad.
Oh, my God.
I'm kind of proud of myself. I've been busy, got some YouTube stuff done. I done all my voiceovers for the next episode of Redneck Trek late last night, and woke up extra early this morning. And so while I was up anyway, decided to go ahead and edit it. So it's edited, rendered, and ready to upload.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You should get it uploaded.
Yeah, I probably will after the stream.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm proud of that. And I'm proud of the episode. I think it's good. I think it's a good one. I hope everybody enjoys it. But
can I have a sneak peek? Because I'm your friend.
Well, it's not uploaded yet, dude.
Well, I mean, after the stream.
Yeah.
Let me watch it. I'll give you my honest critique, and then everyone else can watch it tomorrow. How does that sound?
We'll think about it.
Okay.
But yeah, how you doing, chat? How's everybody doing? Mama Minnie there. Howdy, Pop, Brother Bear, chat.
Hey, my sister from another mister.
Yeah, I got to visit with my youngest daughter, which is the only one that y'all don't know, which I don't get to do very often anymore because she works a lot. And so
I watched it last week, J-Kid. You'd know that if you're in the chat.
Yeah, he did. He was at the premiere of the last one. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm. Can't deny me that. If you don't believe me, you can go back and watch the chat on the VOD.
Yeah. Although I think the last episode was probably the weakest that I've had for some reason. I think 2 was the better episode that I've had so far.
Okay. And what about this one that's coming?
Well, not counting this one that's coming. I think this one's on par with 2. We have bored jokes, we have anal jokes, we have misogynistic jokes, and we have bad Star Trek pickup lines galore. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to it. I like all the jokes.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. If it ain't funny, it ain't working.
That's true. That is true.
So yeah, hope everybody's doing good. I'm just having other than getting YouTube stuff done this morning, I'm having a lazy Saturday afternoon. And J-Kid, I figured that appealed to him. Ooh, misogyny jokes, my favorite. Yep. So how you been today, buddy?
I've been okay. Thank you very much for asking, mate. Obviously it's quite wham here in the UK. Certainly in some places. I noticed that Jacksepticeye was doing a charity stream today.
Uh-huh.
Was very disappointed to see it was for the LGBT charity. It's like, oh my God, really?
I'm so over that. I'm sorry. I know I've got people that follow me and that are in the chat that are part of that community, and I don't mean to be offensive, but I'm over Pride Month. Seriously.
I started watching it and I got it just as it started, and Jacksepticeye was going, top of the morning to you. I love the LGBT community, and I want to raise money for them because I need to give them a voice. I'd like to give them a voice if I possibly can, and a pot of gold if I can. And I was just like, Jack, stop being so Irish for a moment, right? And listen, dude, they have their own voice, they have their own platform. They're not silenced by anybody. They have pride, for Pete's sake, and they're everywhere.
You know good and well, though, he's not like that behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, he's the second that the stream stops, he puts back on his Catholic cross. He goes, "Feckin' faggots."
It's like, well, not to talk out of school, but like Drunkle, we all know Drunkle, and you and I are friends with him and stream with him sometimes. But as
I
soon
wouldn't
as
go
the
that
stream,
far.
yeah, as soon as the stream's over, it's like a completely different person. The accent changes, everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that annoyed me a little bit. I was just like, really, Jack? How is it that the gayers don't have a voice or a platform, and how does you raising money help them do that? This ain't the old days, my dude.
Yeah, tell that to my Twitter timeline, which has been nothing but.
Yeah, exactly.
Good grief.
You ain't got a voice. Do you have any like some of the biggest names on YouTube are gayers?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like a lot of them are actively promoted by YouTube as well, like by the official YouTube account, by the YouTube Spotlight channel. I mean, YouTube has several channels, as you can imagine. The Creators for Change thing, there are a lot of gayers there. They promote the crap out of a lot of people they've identified.
Yep.
As such, there's the main one is obviously ContraPoints, and ContraPoints is quite big now, I believe. I'm not sure how many subs she has.
Yeah, it's like I've said many times before on this stream. I got nothing against it. Y'all do you, whatever. But Jesus, I just feel like it's been crammed down my throat for a month now.
643,000.
Some
of the videos get over 1 million views.
Yeah, I can't turn on my Twitter timeline without seeing, those promoted tweets we get. 90% of them are all about it, and people I follow all got the pride flag next to their names, and just I'm like, this is enough already.
Exactly. Today in the UK, it's Armed Forces Day.
Yeah.
It's a time to pay respects and acknowledge the sacrifice that our armed forces make on a regular basis, and acknowledge our veterans. There was a Armed Forces veteran stall in my local supermarket that I threw some change into today, into their little pot. I did a live stream talking about it and everything. Yeah. It's obviously a very important thing. Why is it that the armed forces don't have a month, but the gayers do?
Yeah.
And like, it's like, but a civil oppression. Wow. The armed forces, they might have lost a few more.
Okay, then just make it a day. Go hog wild for a day, and then leave me alone for the rest of the month.
I'll tell you what. We'll give you a weekend.
Yeah,
we'll give you a nice weekend. There you go, a weekend of gayness. Let's have ourselves an armed forces week, yeah, or a fortnight or a month or whatever, because they deserve all the respect. Yep. Like, oh, okay, you had a few gayers beaten up and maybe killed during the Stonewall riots and stuff. And yes, you've been traditionally oppressed prior civil rights movement. Okay, whatever. But the armed forces, they might have lost a few more numbers overall fighting tyranny across the world. I'm just saying.
Yeah, exactly. J-Kiss says May is actually National Military Appreciation Month over here. Just no one talks about it. Yeah, it just doesn't get
about it.
Doesn't get the attention in the press,
Yeah, it certainly sounds like I didn't hear anyone talk about it.
Yeah, well, it's not as popular to pander to it like it is Pride Month.
You'd probably be accused of militarism and fascism, but it's okay, to spend the entire month trying to sexualize children and pissing in each other's mouths and having disgusting kinky pride parades. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's celebrating and empowering. The people who died and were badly injured during the Stonewall riots, for some reason that's doing them, like, that's remembering them, that's honoring their memory. I don't know why that is.
Hey, Maniac Man. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. A lot of my and some in the chat is bringing it up. It's just the military is not as popular. There's still a good-sized faction that doesn't respect our military. I seen a video yesterday where some man that'd been in the military was in a restaurant and was at the counter and asked them if they had a military discount. And the person behind him started jumping on him like, that's so rude.
Well, it's not.
Yeah.
How is that rude? If anything, that's being frugal.
Yeah. Well, the good thing was by the time the video was over, some other random person stepped up and paid for the man's meal. So.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Not only did he pay his respects to that particular serviceman, but he shoved it in the face of that rat.
Oh, yeah.
I love seeing things like that.
Yeah. I remember when Mama Minnie first graduated her boot camp, and she was coming home from Paris Island on the airplane with us. And she was in uniform because we left pretty much straight from there to the airport. And just out of the blue, without asking, the flight crew come back and asked if she'd like to sit in first class.
Good.
And she did. I was like, that's very nice of them. That was very cool.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very, very cool of them to do that. Very. Mama Many points out, unfortunately, I've met a few of those just yesterday at Lowe's. The customer behind me complained because I used a military discount. Well, what annoys me is that, over here in the UK, I don't know how it is over stateside or how it is in each individual state, but students get discounts.
Yeah.
For merely just being students.
Mm-hmm.
And they get pretty hefty discounts on a lot of things, whereas the armed forces over here, we actually have a much smaller variety of things we can get discounts on. So we get like train tickets, Burger King,
yeah,
Top Man, and a few others where students get loads. And obviously there's student nights at bars, but not veteran nights at bars and things like that. So it's always nice to know that the younglings who haven't contributed a fucking thing to the society yet are somehow more valuable.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is here in the States, and I understand why the man asked, because most companies have, the last company I worked with actually had this policy, and most companies do. They will have a veterans discount, but they don't advertise it. You have to ask for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's all the guy was doing, was saying, hey, do you have a veterans discount? And I got no problem with that, because here very soon, I'm going to be qualified for senior discounts.
Sorry, mate.
That's all right. I'm going to be, up for a senior discount here very soon, and don't think I ain't going to take use of it. Like, yeah, give me that discount.
Oh man, I miss my discount on things. I used to get like a third off of train travel as well, rail travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I am not too proud at all to whip out that senior discount and say, give it to me.
Yeah, why not? I see why not. I was about to say, veterans do receive a fair amount of help, not enough in the UK. For example, if a veteran goes to their doctors and starts talking about the possibility of having mental health issues, they will be referred to and fast-tracked and put at the front of the line for mental health stuff. And I think we tend to get put at the front of the line for treatment and stuff as well. Yeah. But that obviously that doesn't mean that the treatment is particularly good.
Yeah.
Especially the mental health stuff. It comes in like 6-week blocks, which is never enough. Yeah. Which is never enough.
Maniac Man says, not sure if I've ever said it to you folks, but Mama Minnie and your boy Pat, thank you for your service to our country. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fun fact, Mama Minnie actually made donuts for George W. one time and met him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Had a small little conversation with him.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So yeah. As usual, the military don't get the attention they deserve.
Yeah, I agree. Although you guys tend to treat your armed forces better than we do over here.
Oh, I'm not real sure about that. They still make up a far too big a portion of our homeless people. Just
Yeah, same.
far too many.
Same over here, dude.
J Kid, oh, leave it to you. I mean, it was George W. A small conversation is probably all you could have. Oh, poor George. Oh, sometimes I think he gets a bad rap, kind of like Gerald Ford did in his day. He falls down the steps one time, and from then on, he's a big klutz, as far as everybody's concerned.
Oh dear. Well, I mean, that's very typical of politicians. I mean, we had a politician over here called Ed Miliband.
Yeah.
He was head of the Labour Party last, and he'll always be remembered for not like eating a bacon sandwich like a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll always be remembered for that, I guess, and having a bit of a lisp as well. Bless him.
Yeah. How would you not have a bacon sandwich? I had a couple of egg sandwiches with bacon on them just yesterday.
Well, it's the way he ate it, mate.
Oh.
The press got an action photo of him biting into one, and he wasn't eating it like a typical human being, shall we say?
Ah.
Yeah. I'd have to show you the picture.
And no, honey, I didn't use up all the bacon. I seen her. She heard me say that. I seen her looking.
And hello to you, Jen. I hope you're well.
Yeah. Hey, Jen. Yeah, the VA is garbage. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, David Cameron will always be remembered as the guy who initiated and abandoned Brexit for the rest of the political establishment to handle, and sticking his dick in a pig's head. Oh dear.
Oh, that's
fitting the definition, silly sausage, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else we got going on? I've been kind of out of the loop lately. I've been taking a lot of time away from the internet. Even before I've done my voiceovers, I was playing video games yesterday. So trying to get better, because when I'm looking back over this footage that I'm using for the Redneck Trek,
yeah,
because it's a month old now, I was so bad. I was terrible. I was awful at the game, so been trying to get better at it. And yeah, was doing that. So
don't worry about me nuts. Just shield for the old man, please. Shield for the old man.
Yeah.
Shield for the old man. What's I've been doing? Oh yeah, I uploaded a video to RLX today that I started work on yesterday, and it was an experimental video. It's probably not something that I'll do again. It was just just to see if I could do it and see if people liked it. And that was a 1950s styled parody PSA.
Yeah.
But in the form of a response video. Would you believe?
Oh, I can believe it.
Yes. And that was a response video to the second upload made by I'm J Station, who I don't know whether I got to speak to you about that.
No, I mean, I'm getting the drift of what's going on with that, just from little bits I've been hearing and everything.
Yeah, he's a scumbag, and it's a bit stupid, really. And hello, Ranting Monkey.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, Monkey Man.
How's it going?
It's going all right. How's it you?
I'm starting to get annoyed every time I log into Twitter. My account's locked again, and I got to delete a bunch of shit.
Well, what are you doing now?
No, not now.
Oh, is this still from 2 years ago?
The first one this morning was from 2 years ago. The ones that I just had to delete were from the middle of last year.
So somebody's going through your Twitter with a fine-tooth comb.
Yeah.
Wow. Somebody really needs a life.
I'm not even being insulting. Yeah. Like the one tweet, it was I don't even remember what exactly happened, but Blair White had responded to something, and my statement was it's okay for her to respond. Was basically what I was saying. It was like if I thought Blair was a cunt, I would tell her I thought she was a cunt. That's what I said. I wasn't calling her one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had to delete that.
Have you seen that Jeff has responded to you?
No, about what?
You put up the poll 18 hours ago asking if the 20 people who participated in the debates are Democrats or dirty commies, and he responded 16 minutes ago, which I thought you might have seen, but you're busy wiping away your own history.
Yeah, right.
Because you have to.
Fucking bastards. Yeah, sorry, I was a little bit late. I was actually eating. Yeah.
No problem. No problem. Better late than never, I always say.
I'll let you clear your tweet history before you respond to that. I won't tell you what he said.
No, I just saw it.
Oh, okay.
You want to share?
Well, he said, fucking how the majority up there were corporatist dick suckers, more right wing than most Republicans.
Oh, good Lord.
More right wing than most Republicans. How? And maybe one if you count Tulsi on her war shtick, but otherwise, come on, you know better than that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, she gets a bad rap. I know very little about any of them, honestly, but I know she's been getting a bad rap from like, well, I think it was Sofane. It was like, oh, she's not left enough, basically, is what he's saying. I'm like, so I guess,
well,
a candidate that might appeal a little to both sides is out of the question, then, huh?
His dislike of her was kind of weird because it wasn't based on her; it was based on who might like her.
Yeah.
So we're back to the whole Trumpian thing where you better not like somebody who's or somebody who likes you. You're responsible for that.
Yeah.
Well, shut up.
What I'm seeing so far from people that are on the left side of the aisle is dislike because they're not left enough. I'm like, really?
They start with the puritanical shit now, have they?
Yeah.
Of course.
That's right. I'm just going to ignore it. Just going to let that.
Oh, and congratulations on getting your streaming back. That didn't.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Fucking bastards. They knew they were wrong.
Did they even give you an email or anything explaining why it came back so quick?
No. Because I'm not shoe on head. Fucking assholes. They're like, we're sorry it took us so long. And they told her, I'm like, you still haven't told me, you dicks. I've streamed twice since then.
Yeah.
You still haven't told me.
Yeah. Sharon has over 1 million subs, doesn't she? So
yeah, she does.
Yeah. So, what it seems like is that they just wanted to shut down those that might be apt to stream the debates until the debates were over, and then you can stream again.
Well, yeah, and I understand why they did that. But they could have released it immediately instead of hit it immediately. Hit us at the beginning. Don't wait an hour and 15 minutes into it. And then release it right after. But no, they waited almost 24 hours.
So yeah, I was in bed during that. So they just hit you midstream and it just shut off.
Yeah.
Stupid question.
Yeah.
Is the stream back up?
Yes, it is.
Okay, even dumber question. Is it monetized?
Yes.
It is.
Check this out, Bear. So they kicked me off, right? They stopped my stream and tell me I can't stream no more.
Okay.
And it was about maybe an hour later, I got the note, or I noticed that it went from a green circle to a yellow circle. And I'm like, you know what? I don't even care about this, but I'm gonna be a dick and make them review it anyway.
You have to request a review just out of spite.
I did, and they approved it. Wait, hang on. Before I got my streaming privileges back.
Wait, what?
Uh-huh.
YouTube, man, I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
How in the fuck you give me streaming privileges back or don't give me those back, but I can monetize that fucking stream?
YouTube is the most confusing thing ever. Like, I think I told you guys this. You must have seen me moaning about it on Twitter. Irate Alex, a couple of days ago, I was just looking through my my video dashboard, noticed that a couple of videos on the first page have been demonetized out of nowhere when they were green before.
Oh yeah.
I was like, huh. Okay. Tell you what I'll do. I'll request reviews on them. And then I look at the second page. And then there's loads of videos on the second page that were previously monetized that were before. And I'm like, right, okay, I'm going to start opening up more tabs and requesting loads of reviews. And I looked at the third page, and then the fourth page, and then the fifth page, and the sixth page, and there's loads of demonetized videos. That day was like when the apocalypse first hit. I was just like, hold on a second, why are these all now yellow? What's happened to my channel to make it so apparently controversial? So I requested about 30 reviews, even on videos that just were never going to get views ever again. And what I found is I was keeping an eye on the content on these emails that were coming back as I was being told what was being approved and what was being denied. And I made a stunning revelation.
Yeah.
Yep. I have no fucking idea what's monetizable on this platform anymore.
Me neither, man. I've bitched
Join the
about
crowd.
It's impossible to figure out.
Yeah, like the video I uploaded today, my parody of a 1950s PSA, that got hit by the bot. And I was looking at the title and tags, like, I didn't swear in the video. I mean, the person that was making the video about said shit once, but that's fine. The YouTube says we can swear once as long as it's not at the start of the video. Titles and tags, there was nothing in there that was really controversial as such. Nothing really in the description. What?
No, man. If you can figure it out, let me know, because I know there's people who swear who get monetized. I know that there's and more than once, even at the beginning of their fucking videos. I can follow all of the rules and I get hit and I ask about why, and they're like, go look at the guidelines. I'm like, I'm following your fucking guidelines.
Yeah. That's some bullshit, son.
Yeah.
Just now knowing.
Hey, Pat.
Hey, how you doing, Pat?
Hey,
How y'all doing, man? Monkey, it's been a while since we talked.
It's been a long while, man. I think the last time we talked, you were on a Monkey in the Morning.
Mm-hmm. Me and my damn work.
Stop working, punk.
Well, I'm trying to, man, but the whole YouTube thing ain't.
Yeah, tell me about it, man. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Barry,
And I'm not even live streaming.
Barry, you was talking about the 50s PSA. You know, those were not just 50s. They were they were very much reused in the 60s when I was in grade school.
well, I just
watched tons of them.
you know what I mean. It's just I just figured that I'd do like an old school British 1950s, 1960s thing. It's in black and white. My apologies. The one of the effects that I used, I couldn't get rid of the annoying flash out of it. My apologies. Next time I do it, I'll probably be using a different editor with better effects and stuff. So
I get a kick out of watching those, the actual ones.
oh yeah, they're hilarious.
Because I remember them. I remember being showed them in grade school.
Beware the homosexual.
Yeah.
What you didn't know is Michael was a homosexual.
You see, Ralph
Ralph
was a homosexual.
Ralph was a homosexual.
The one that I always loved that was the worst was the one where they were teaching us to duck and cover. Duck and cover was what you were supposed to do in case of a nuclear attack. You get under your desk, duck your head, and put your hands over top of your head. And that's going to save you.
And cover.
It's not going to save you, but it helps you kiss your ass goodbye.
You betcha. Oh, good times.
Well, I'm glad the people in the chat that watched it liked it anyway. I didn't really create a new character for it, but the voice isn't too far off Lord Bear. I didn't mean to kind of go too close to Lord Bear's voice. I did obviously want to go down the route of a old school British PSA rather than an American one, as my American accents aren't that good yet. It's a one-off. It was experimental.
Your American accent's better than my British accent, so
his American accent's better than your American accent.
You betcha. Sheer Grath, get under your desk in case of a nuke. Laugh out loud. Yeah, dude. Look, it was a different time. The Cold War was in full force in the 60s, and it was a scary time for a lot of people. So I think they just done that to give kids something to do, to make them think they were doing something.
I feel like those desks were really strong.
Yeah. Of course, living here where I do, they had 3 different drills that we would practice. Of course, there's the fire drill, which everybody does. We had the duck and cover drills, and then we also had the tornado drills.
Oh, I lived somewhere with tornado drills. In Chicago, we had those.
Yeah.
Yeah, living in Oklahoma, like, yeah, that was on the...
Yeah, and then for the tornado drills, we would just line up in the hallways and crouch, which is going to do what for you?
Yeah, if it tears through the schools, just gonna suck us all up.
Oh, I hate to tell you, folks, but if a tornado hits the building you're in, I don't care what you're doing, you're done for.
I just monetized the video, waited for the yellow symbol to hit, and requested review out of spite.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not that I learned anything on the video anyway. It's just out of spite, you know?
Yeah, I do a lot of those out of spite because I know they're not going to give it to me.
Yeah.
Dirty bastards.
I haven't even looked through mine for a while because most of my videos are so old. No, they're probably not going to get very many watches lately anyway.
Southern Illinois accents. You'll have a lot to practice. Well, I mean, what ideally I'd like to be able to do is to be able to do the kind of American accent that British actors do. The ones that don't really have any kind of regional twang to them.
Like Hugh Laurie's.
Well, I was thinking more up the line of Superman. What's his face? It was in the Tudors. You know.
Cavill?
Yeah, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill.
Carville,
whatever his name is, with a fake mustache. Yeah.
Cavill.
Yeah.
Message.
Yeah, him or someone like Christian Bale's accent when he was Batman. You know what I mean.
All you got to do to do Christian Bale is just talk like this.
Why did you do that? Or you could go full on Ben Affleck. Why'd you say that name? Somebody asked me if I took your name, Bear, because I'm playing a new series over on my game channel.
I saw you had The Sims up earlier.
Yeah. Then
Sims
I named
3 is an excellent choice, sir.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great game. But I named my character Alex Simeon. But it wasn't named after you.
Oh.
It wasn't. It was named after a joke from a long, long time ago. But you should come watch because I'm gonna start pretending to be you. Every so often I might just speak in a British accent for no reason.
Well,
if you guys aren't watching, come watch that. It's funny.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you were streaming at the time. I am subbed to it, by the way.
Well, I am now. I actually seen it because Lady Monkey tweeted it out. I'd been meaning to sub to it. I just, me being who I am and being lazy and all that, I just hadn't got to it yet.
Speaking of Bloodwing and The Sims, where did you get it on sale?
It's on Steam right now.
Since when has it been on Steam?
They got it maybe a year ago.
Because I picked it up on Origin.
Yeah, I have it on Origin, but they have all of the X packs on sale too, and I wanted them.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And,
watching you play has made me want to go out and buy it, which I really shouldn't do because I need to fix my truck. But I used to have it, and I had all of the expansion packs, every one. I don't just re-download those because they weren't exactly legal.
Oh, gotcha.
He's a pirate.
Yeah, they were cracked.
Arrgh.
Real quick, because poor Pat, he's come into the stream, hasn't said a damn word yet. Where is it? There was a video that pops up in my recommended yesterday on iRate Alex, which is quite strange because it was a Sims video. Now, I will occasionally watch videos that are to do with gaming and gaming news, like from the much bigger channels that are like really intricate when it comes to delivering their reviews and theories and stuff. But a video popped up from a YouTuber by the name of RT Game, and it's a video from a year ago called "When Playing God in The Sims Goes Wrong," and I've got to be honest, that was some funny fucking shit.
That popped up in my feed today too. I didn't watch it, but yeah,
It's
why
like
is it popping up?
I don't know, because the video was released on the 27th of June. Oh, 2 days ago, a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah. It has 6.6 million views. There's a few others, but I watched that video. It's like 11 minutes long, and it's like an Irish fella, and it's hilarious.
Well, there's a lot of hilarity that can be had with The Sims 3, which, in my opinion, is the best of the Sims series. Screw forward.
Oh, it is by far.
Sorry, Pat, go on, mate. You've been trying to get in here.
Yeah.
No, I'm good. I'm listening to the whole Sims thing right now, and I understand, like, because I'm playing the Sims 4 right now, which I've actually created a whole lot of people who I know on here. I created, like, me, SDA, Chaos, Weibo, Monkey, Lady Monkey, Grand Monkey, like, say, trying to imagine what
Pat has woohooed with every single one of them.
Try to, well, no. SDA maybe, but it's like, that's different.
Did you ever play?
It's like, yes, I played 3. Actually, I still have that on the Xbox right there. I know I'm a console gamer, sue me.
I know there's nothing wrong with console gaming. Do you prefer 4 over 3, or just play it because 4 is the newer one?
4 is the newer one, but like I said, Sims 3 has always been the best, like how Bloodwing said right there.
Yeah. I mean, it's just easier to play. It's more intuitive. It's just funner.
Yeah, and now they're bringing out all these expansion packs now. It's like, I think they're supposed to bring like a new one out.
Yeah, there's a new one on its way.
Yeah. Is there like, oh my God, there's so many of the £82?
Yeah, if you buy all of them, it's expensive, man.
God damn. And it's on sale right now as well.
And now you know why my copies were not legal.
Yeah, what you do?
What you want to do is remove all the stuff packs because they got to be a bit garbage. Yeah,
and they're garbage, and they're the same price as the other ones, and that is nonsense. But yeah, you do that.
Game now.
It should take it down like almost $40, I think it is. Yeah, I didn't get those. I had the money from my Father's Day stuff, and that covered almost all of them. I had to need a tiny bit of my ramen money for the rest.
Oh, I had to get a ramen stash.
Yeah. I won't eat that week, but I'll be playing The Sims, so I'll be okay. That'll be my nutrients for the week.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
God damn.
Since I made Satsu and Squishy right there, I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. Well, also I'm gonna have Satsu good at cooking and playing with the computer and all that right there. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with Squish.
She should be a cook too.
Squishy cooks?
Yeah, well, yeah. She works at BK, man. She's a manager there, I believe. Yeah, so put her on the cooking line.
There you go.
That's how Maxis used to make their bloody money back in the day, is just releasing expansion pack after expansion pack.
Well, with the first 2, the Sims 2 was just the Sims 1 with a little bit better interface.
Yeah.
And all of the expansion packs were literally the expansion packs from 1.
Yeah.
That was kind of dirty.
Yeah.
But The Sims 3, I didn't mind the expansion packs because the packs themselves, not the stuff things, because fuck those.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
But the expansion packs, they all added a lot of shit to the game.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't your DLC like today, man. J-Kid says 70 watching, 22 likes, 0 dislikes. Fix it, fuckers.
Backhand that like button.
That's right.
Seasons.
Actually, Seasons is pretty cool.
It's kind of fun, yeah.
Okay. I'm just looking at there's a lot of these I've never even had. Fast Lane, that's a stuff pack.
That's a stuff pack. Don't get that
Yeah,
one.
Yes.
yeah. I think my favorite ones were, of course, well, the pets ones, and then whatever one that allows kids to grow up into adulthood. Can't remember the name of that.
Generations.
I think. And
Actually, the base game will do that for you.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then the one that allows
It's got to be Ambitions, right?
Yeah, but then the one that allows them to go off to college.
Oh, university.
Yeah, which is a whole different experience from the base game. So
then I haven't played University Life yet. I'm sorry, Pat.
No, I was saying then there's Get to Work.
Yeah.
A lot of these have really bad reviews on them, don't they? Holy crap.
Well, it's people bitching because the price is so high.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Faithless says, is there a Sims abortion option for Democrats?
Don't give them ideas.
Don't remember seeing that.
Now, I had a lot of fun with Showtime. That's the one that lets you become an actual singer.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with World Adventures.
What about Supernatural?
Supernatural's okay. I mean, that gives you vampires and zombies and werewolves, and you can actually turn into the vampires and werewolves if you want.
Witches.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's a must-have of the group.
You know, no, it's more fun. I mean, just extra fun.
God damn it! So, even now, I've taken all the
stuff
stuff
from Skyrim.
Boy,
sorry, carry on, mate. Go on.
I was just going to say my body is really betraying me today, so the old man's got to do the bathroom thing early. So
already?
Yeah, already. Of course, I've been slamming the coffee today, so I'll be right back.
All righty. God damn, I can't justify this. Oh dear. There's so many of them. I've removed the majority of the stuff packs and a couple of the other ones as well. It's still coming out at £50.
Did you wait? How did you do it though? Did you pick up the bundle first?
I just put adult DLC.
Well, there's a couple of bundles that they have, and I can't remember if that makes it cheaper or not. Hang on, let me see.
Hold on. I'm doing it myself right now. Yeah, the live stream.
Oh yeah,
to Ranting Monkey and Irate Bear, buy things.
That'll be fine. That'll be fine. No, if you pick up the Sims bundle, the Sims 3 bundle that is at the bottom for us, it's $12.37. I don't know what that is in your money.
£13.14.
Yeah, that saves you like $3 though if you over buying all of them individually, and you get generations, pets, and seasons included in that.
Okay, that's fairly decent.
Yeah, best getting that bundle.
It's almost like getting one of the X packs free.
I'm just looking at it all now. We should probably do the stream. So what has been going on places like Twitter and stuff today? I know
I keep getting slapped.
You keep what?
Keep getting slapped on Twitter.
Oh, well, yeah, it's true. Yeah. I know the commentary community is currently in a massive drama with a YouTuber by the name of Slazo or Slazo. I don't know. The guy's apparently a bit of a sex pest.
Oh,
yeah. Don't know if either of you seen anything about that. No.
What did I walk back into? Sex pests?
Yeah, we were talking about you, mate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're saying that Bloodwing. He's
Ryan Rollins, Bloodwing on Platter, his week is the voice of Ranting Monkey this morning. Yeah, dude, it sucks to get old and have a bladder the size of a walnut. Trust me.
Oh yeah, EVL1 did send me something. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it to you, Mr. Wing, even though you are tagged in it.
Okay.
I'll send it to your DMs, and you can just talk about that for a moment if you want to.
All right. Let me get a smoke lit here.
Of course.
Really need to quit. I just got to get the want to. All right. Twitter.
He'll get there. He'll get there.
Yes,
Oh, wow. It's
eventually.
been so long since I used Steam. They deleted my bloody payment details.
Yeah. Real quick, thank you, Cryptic, for the donation. What happens when a frog's car dies? He needs a jump.
Hey.
Uh-oh, who they after?
If that doesn't work, he has to get it towed.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Oh, Cryptic, I love you, buddy. All right, let's see what we got here. From the thing from Zuby, is that how you say that?
Yeah.
This could be the least self-aware social media post ever. The sign is literally attached to a border fence at an exclusive festival you can't enter without paying £250.
Yeah. Then look at the tweet.
I don't see any. Does it say borders? Do you?
Oh, right. I'll do it then.
Sorry.
Click on it, dude. I don't see any borders, do you? And it's a picture of the Earth, which is ironic because it's at a festival that is fenced off with a border.
Right.
Costs you £250 to enter. Leftists know nothing of irony.
they smart.
Yes, silly sausages that they are. Ugh.
Oh, the borders.
Oh man, that's been crazy all this week, man.
We went off on it on the stream Thursday, or I did all day. Went off on Twitter all day about it the next day.
What I've been going off on is I'm saying Alyssa Milano's big dummy. Oh my God, that woman. I know you love a monkey, but shit, whew. Especially like like one I got her on was about when she was like posting like the picture of like the guy and his little daughter, stuff like that had drowned, and sitting up here talking about, oh, don't you look away from this right here, you know, these are the people who tried to come over here, they just wanted a better life. So I ended up making a video basically like doing the exact same thing, but using like me, you know, like in my kids, and putting like a story that I had fabricated up, and basically, you know, throwing her tweets that she had put around back at her face. Like, now, do you see how dumb that sounds right there? Because I'm pretty sure if the shoe was on her foot, she would not be taking the responsibility, but yet she wanted to step here and she want to blame the Trump administration and President Trump, you know, for this guy trying to sneak over here illegally and killing him and his daughter in the process.
Yeah, I mean, the only ones that I feel any sympathy for at all in this whole situation are the children, because they don't have a choice.
Yeah.
They have dumb parents who I get it. I do.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking, well, they have a horrible time at home. No, we've just made it very, very attractive.
Yep.
And then you have 20 goddamn political candidates up there, 10 on the stage in one night. Would you guys give your universal health care to illegals? And all fucking 10 of them raise their hand.
Lying asses.
Yeah, of course they would, because they think they'll get them over here and they can eventually get them to vote. Yay!
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why they don't want the citizenship question on the census.
Yeah. And the sad part is, like, they're not even making that a secret. It's like they're basically saying that out loud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, we want them over here because we know they're going to vote for us. It's like they made that an obvious fact.
Yeah, I mean, guys, and I get so tired of the argument of, well, it's so hard to come in legally and it costs so much money, and then, oh, bull crap. Bull. I know a fella that came from Laos, and he is a legal immigrant. He's now an American citizen, and trust me, he was poorer than dirt when he left Laos. Yeah, so if he can do it,
Yeah, and think what it's saying about them right there. You know, the ones that actually did come over here legally and went through all the loops and jumped through all the hoops and all that right there. What's that saying about them? That you
Yeah.
just wasted your time.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, Joel Brown. They just need to do it the right way, no matter the cost. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Cryptic says he did it. Yeah, and he did. Exactly. Excuse me.
But like I said, whatever it takes to get I'm saying, with the politics is whatever it takes to get the votes. And with the celebrities, it's like whatever it takes to get the cheap labor and also to look woke so they can get those Hollywood roles.
Oh, of course.
Because that's all it is with celebrities right there. Look how woke I am. But then all of a sudden they get that call. Hey, we got this new movie right here. You want to star in it?
Yeah. So, Monkey, you watched the second debate, right?
God, yes.
So my only question is, so nobody spontaneously broke out into Spanish in this one?
They didn't. No. The closest we came was what's her name? Harris saying the word guilty. That's coyote to you and me. She pronounced it with a very thick Spanish accent for someone.
Right.
Guilty. What the fuck did you just say? Yeah, that's as close as we came.
Yeah, John Connor, I'm not saying that it's always easy to do it legally, and for some people it does, for whatever reasons, harder than others. But these people coming over, they're not even giving it a shot. They're just trying to cross the border.
Our system has gotten a lot slower.
Yeah.
I think that the number was a decade ago. It took like 5 years. It might be 15 years ago. It took 5 years on average, and now it takes an average of 10. So it's gotten worse, but the reason it's gotten worse is because, our immigration officials are dealing with all this other shit too.
Yeah.
There's only so much money to go around and so many resources. So, and we do have more background checks and shit that we do now than we used to because, we have stuff blowing up in the name of
Exactly.
Certain deities that I won't mention.
Peace be upon him.
Peace be upon him. Yeah, it's just I get that it is hard, but especially if you're seeking like asylum or something, there's easier ways to do it than just rushing the fucking border.
Yeah, Cryptic says it took them 15. I assume he meant 15 years. Yeah. Thank you, Diesel Dave, for the donation. I could only watch an hour and a half and had to nope out. Yeah, I can imagine.
Look, by the end, the first hour of that was about when I started drifting too, and it's just like, oh God, there's a whole nother fucking hour of this shit. And I mean, there were some fireworks in there, that was fine, but dear Christ, they made it a slog.
Yeah.
All the difference is there was no Trump meme. Which I'm still laughing off that shit, by the way. And to see is Sharon Osbourne got a dick in the ass about that. Yeah, all the Trump. Basically, like I said, because in the meme, like Trump used like the Crazy Train music up in there, and of course, being a Hollywood celeb and things like that, and you gotta virtue signal and say, I hate Trump. So from this point on, anybody who's in the Trump administration can't use any trademark Ozzy Osbourne, all that shit right there.
Oh, to heck with Sharon Osbourne. I'm a big Sabbath fan, so by extension,
man, I love me some Ozzy Osbourne, man.
But and there's an argument to be made that she helped get his career back on track after Sabbath, but still, no, she's not a nice person. At all.
No, I found that out after her and those females and stuff like that when they made fun of that dude who got his dick cut off by his wife and shit right there, and they just laughed about it.
Bobbitt, Tom Wayne Bobbitt.
No, it wasn't Bobbitt. It was someone. It was some other dude. Like
It was more
he
recent,
wanted to,
wasn't it?
he wanted to divorce his wife, and so she fed him food. She fed him something like she drugged him, tied him up to the bed, and chopped it off. And I mean, she and the rest of the
Oh,
female, they had a laugh at it.
of course they did.
Yes, because that's so funny.
Let's see
Yes,
if I can
that's
find the
hilarious.
guy's name.
But I'm sorry, but in the case of Bobbitt, if you get it cut off and your last name's Bobbitt, I mean that the jokes just make themselves.
Yeah, that's more than unfortunate, isn't it?
Well, he made the best out of it. I guess he made some pornos or something.
Yeah,
Yes,
he
with
made
his prosthetic penis.
Yeah.
they were cheesy as fuck, but
I don't know. I didn't never watched them, but I heard.
Yeah, he says.
He's watching it right now.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, is that why we're getting so much dead air? They called it uncut. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, they did. John Bobbitt uncut.
Oh my gosh. Oh my
That's
God. I didn't
terrible.
know that.
That is terrible. What has been going on today? Jeremy Corbyn. Well, all the British politicians released little videos on Twitter today to show how much they cared about the British Armed Forces. And Jeremy Corbyn's one was the most interesting out of all of them because, he was saying, he's saying, I'm sick to death of the way that our British Armed Forces are treated and how their mental health needs are not being addressed. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I mean, I agreed with everything he said in his video. It's just one problem. That guy's a terrorist freaking sympathizer.
And how's that a problem?
How's that a problem?
But
what do you mean?
I mean, how's that a problem?
He can't give he can't care about our armed forces whilst also, being a sympathizer with the very people who have caused our troops harm.
No, see, you're putting too much logic into it, Bear. You gotta back that off a little bit.
mm-hmm.
Who are we talking about now, Corbyn?
Yeah, he's such a scumbag, honestly.
Yeah.
Like you turned up to like a Hamas funeral or something, like a terrorist's funeral, visiting. Like imagine that. Imagine like going to a terrorist funeral.
Oh, I think it would be fun.
You open the casket, there's just bits everywhere. He's a terrorist sympathizer. He's referred to Hamas and Hezbollah as his friends. He's invited them, along with the IRA, to come to the House of Commons. The IRA, the Irish Republican Army, they killed a member of Parliament, a couple of decades back. They leave letter bombs everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Those people.
Yeah. Very, very familiar. They were extremely active during my younger life.
Yeah, the ones who killed my dad's friends in the army. Yeah. Those two guys were also my mum's friends as well. Those scumbags. Fucking Irish Republican Army. We want to be free of British rule.
So we're going to blow you all up.
So we send you a letter bomb in a bread bin. Oh, yeah. I don't want that man to be our prime minister. I mean, he says all the right things. I suppose that's I suppose that's what happens when you're a politician. You know how to touch the sweet spot. And I could have forgiven that man for a lot of things if he hadn't gone back on his Euroscepticism and his anti-EU stance. I could have forgiven a lot for that if he just kept to his freaking principles. But no.
Sure
Well, the thing is, Jeremy Corbyn is a guy who he's been an MP for a long time, like nearly 30 years. Keeps getting elected over and over again, and like he's only just now got to like where he is, And you know, he's a guy who's been suppressed over and over and over again, due to his socialist stances, I imagine. And the first thing he does, like he was a principled man. You know, he spent decades at anti-racist demonstrations and anti-war demonstrations and stuff. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, so like this guy's a Marxist, but there are a couple of things that I can agree with him on. You know, that's good. That's good. It's certainly better than what we've seen so far. You know, here's a man who at least appears to have principles. You know, and doesn't. You know, he stands up at the dispatch box, and you know he gets jeered at, and you know, I mean, when he first became the leader of the Labour Party, he was going up to dispatch box and he was reading questions from the public to the Prime Minister. You've never seen that before, like from the Prime Minister in waiting, if you like, the leader of the opposition. Never really seen that before, because they only get like 6 questions they can ask the Prime Minister. I was like, okay, you know, we've had we've had a few years of austerity now, you know, pretty bad Conservative government. Let's listen to what the man has to say, and then he goes back. He's like the original Eurosceptic as well, and that's just really annoyed me. Really annoyed me.
Yeah, there's no way Corbyn can deny being an anti-Semite.
Yeah, the problem with Corbyn as well. It's not just that. It's not just the anti-Semitism that's coming clearly from his front bench, from the shadow cabinet. It's the fact that they're a bunch of bullies as well. They really are. I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I imagine party politics is quite cutthroat anyway. And like, you have a chief whip who will ensure that the party members vote the right way. But there's a lot of bullying going on. Like, so much so that, you know, seasoned members of the Labour Party were leaving. It's like, that's not good. You've got a couple of like frothing at the mouth leftists bullying people that are trying to be more moderate. It's like, I don't know. No. Can't have that. Get a bit far. In my opinion, anyway. But that's just me. No, it's not. Well, yeah. Well,
hey guys,
obviously, but go on, mate. So on.
What's that, Monkey?
I am falling asleep over here.
I'm that boring, huh?
No. I got like 4 hours of sleep last night, and as you know from the invites, I'm usually asleep at this time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go lay down. It was great talking to you guys. Pat, it was nice to talk to you again, and chat.
Oh yeah.
Love you all. Donate to these guys. I will talk to everybody later.
Rest well, Monkey.
Yeah, have a good one, Monkey, mate. Oh dear, who the fuck was that guy?
Hey, you gotta get that sleep in before tonight comes up in.
I was actually surprised that he did show up. He asked me to send him an invite today, but I also knew that he was working on very little sleep. So
yeah, a Monkey's usually running on empty, isn't he?
Yeah, he has a pretty screwed up sleep schedule.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So what have you been up to lately, Pat?
Yeah, nothing much. Like I said, besides work, I've been working on still working on my new channel right there. It's kind of hard, like, you know, trying to promote it, trying to get people interested in it and trying to gain the subs, but it's like, hey, it's still fresh and it's still new, and I'm still working on bettering my content. Other than that, like I said, I'm just chilling out.
Oh, good. And EVL1 did send me something on Twitter. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah, and it's a 1 minute 50 video, and it's from Snopes. The internet's definitive fact-checking result. You're not anymore.
Yeah,
you haven't been for some time, Snopes.
Yeah, I was just watching that in the background while y'all were talking. I was listening, but I didn't have the sound on it. I was just reading the words.
Yeah,
but yeah, there was a time, once upon a time, where Snopes was a good place to look to debunk, you know, rumors and memes and what have you. You know,
yeah,
urban legends. But that time has long passed.
Yeah. There are others that you can go to, alternatives now that are a lot more trustworthy. Factcheck.org is a lot more reliable.
Yeah.
I imagine that there probably is some agenda with those guys, but it's not as apparent and it's not as widespread, at least at the moment anyway.
Yeah.
I've used them for a couple things, obviously trying to verify the fact checker, which is really annoying, but you have to do it in the current year.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not that surprised that they come out. But basically, this video is in defense of AOC, you know, trying to debunk, I think, InfoWars video on it. And honestly, if you watch it, they don't do that good a job of debunking it.
Of course. Freaking Snopes. I didn't even know Snopes did videos.
Yeah, I mean, they still tried to do the debunking thing like they used to do, but they've just went so far off the reservation with it, and so far left that they're hardly a credible source anymore.
Yeah,
that's the problem right there. Like, you know, they went so far left.
Yeah, if you're going to be if you're going to devote your channel or your website or whatever to debunking urban legends and myths and so forth, you need to stay neutral.
Yeah,
and they didn't follow that. And
didn't Snopes have like a contract with Facebook?
Maybe. I don't know. I know way back, you know, years ago, I used to use them, you know, when I would get into my ex-son-in-law was really big about coming up with stuff like, where'd you get that? You know, and he would honestly believe it. And I would use Snopes as one of the sources to say, you're full of crap. But yeah, not so much anymore.
That's a shame, man. It really is. Like, you just have to verify everything now that you see.
Yeah, because it was, you know, there's a need for a site like that you can go to to see that, okay, well, that's didn't really happen. You know, but can't trust them anymore.
Oh, what? God, this is taking so long. Did they get ratioed? I can't see the amount of replies. 1,500 replies. That's not really ratio. They got like 8,700 likes, 2,300 retweets. So does this image show AOC fake crying at a migrant camp? False. What do you mean false?
No, that's not false. That was proven.
Yeah. Yeah, and in trying to prove it, one of the points that they come up with, because, well, people are complaining because they're not seeing any kids. Well, yeah, the kids weren't a few feet away. Then what is she looking at? If she can't see the children and what they're going through, what is she reacting to?
What is that? I'm screen sharing right now. What is that? Why is she bending down like that and covering her eyes?
Yeah. Because somebody took a parking spot. That's why.
Oh, no. There's no Starbucks for 50 miles.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Looking through a fence towards a detention facility housing children. Could you not get in, AOC? Do you not have clearance to get in there?
Yeah, I guess they wouldn't let her in.
To be fair, I wouldn't let her in either.
But to be honest, by design and by need, the security there would probably be pretty tight.
Yeah. Well, I mean, surely an elected official could book themselves in, right?
Right.
For a tour of the facility, maybe. I don't know if that's an impossible thing or not. You'd have to educate my ass on that.
Evil one, heck, her watch alone probably cost as much as one of those cars.
Yeah, I bet, yeah. And that white suit she's always wearing.
Well, they explained that because they were all wearing white to support some cause or something.
The kids in the detention facility, they're going to know that, aren't they? Oh, Hey, Pedro, they're all wearing white outside the facility. They're not going to know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't do a Hispanic accent at all. Hey, Pedro! Why are they wearing white? I keep going Italian with this. Hey, SA, why are you wearing white?
Yeah, functional says her watch costs more than my PC, right? And I don't even like it because I don't like a watch that doesn't have all the hours ticked off. Like, because you're just guessing where the minute hand's pointing at. I don't like that.
Michael's saying to slow it down a little bit. Hey, SA. No, I can't. You know, I should listen to Monkey more because Monkey does a fantastic Hispanic accent.
Yeah.
Or at least a Mexican speaking English accent.
Yeah, like I've often said, I can't do different accents because no matter what I do, I just sound like a redneck trying to do that accent.
Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Blowwing here.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Oh, God. ASA. AOC is such a ball bag.
Oh man.
How did you get there?
Pretty much, she didn't have anybody going up against her.
No. I'm saying, how did she get to that detention facility? Because she lives in New York, right?
Yeah. Well, I guarantee she flew there.
Yeah, so yeah, she's got to have flown. With whose money? I'd like to know. I'd like to ask that question.
With that corruption money she's forced to take because she can't get a raise.
Oh yeah, she can't get that $4,000 raise. And how much do they earn a year? What is it? 100-something thousand?
Yeah, over 100-some thousand a year. And that's not enough.
Avocados, man, they must cost a lot of money these days, huh?
And I'm not even that fond of avocados, honestly. I've ate a ton of them, but that's because they were cheap at the time when I lived in California.
174,000. Let's see how much that is in how much that is in British money. Hold on, 174k. Yeah. Dollars to Great British pounds. That's 137,000 pounds. God damn.
Let me make that a year. Shit, I'm making what? Barely under 30,000 a year.
I think they're paid enough.
Yeah.
I think they're paid enough.
If you cannot live on $174,000 a year, you got a problem.
You know what I'm saying? Somebody needs to lower their expectations.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, look at the look at the women's sports team.
Oh, here we go. Oh wow!
And of course, she was the first, one of the first to jump on the bandwagon after Pelosi finally relented and passed the Senate bill, to send some aid to the kids at the border. So we didn't even discuss it. We didn't even debate it. We just caved in. Well, yeah, these people down there need help. They need beds. They need blankets. They need, shelter. They need that now, not after you've debated it all to death.
Just a quick one, just to put things in perspective for you, right? AOC is complaining about $174,000 a year, right? And what was that? 137 pounds, 137,000 pounds a year. Yep. Now, here's interesting fun fact for you: as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, you earn £74,440 a year.
Yeah.
Obviously, you get another £76,000 on top of that because you're an MP as well. That's what Theresa May earned anyway in 2016, I think, or 2017, 18. So just let that sink in that she's complaining about that, but earns more than the prime ministerial wage.
Yeah.
Of the United Kingdom.
Yeah, John Connor says I live on 32K a year. I live off a whole lot less than that.
Yeah, the last couple of years I've lived off far less than that.
So excuse me if I don't have much compassion for somebody that makes 174K, but they want more. And what are you doing for that? Because so far, all I've seen out of her is whining on Twitter and blocking anything that the conservatives want to do.
Well, I get that if you're living in a city, like it's obviously the cost of living is going to be a lot higher.
For sure.
But $174,000 has got to be more than enough to live in New York.
Oh yeah.
Oh, more than enough, surely. Isn't she was going saying, I live in the Bronx because I'm AOC and I don't really talk like this, but I'm going to do it anyway when I'm talking directly to the black community.
Oh, man, that right there. Oh,
That cracked me up.
Whew.
Fake ebonics.
So it's like, what are you doing? This is so weird.
And she knew it was bad because even black people were calling her out on it.
I should hope so as well. She doesn't sound like that. Like I didn't necessarily disagree with her message when she was saying that. You know, so she was saying, "Oh, you know, there's nothing wrong with working these types of jobs." I was like, "Yeah, of course, there's nothing wrong with that." But yeah, accent is making it really, really hard to agree with you.
Yeah, because it sounds like a mockery more than anything.
Oh yeah. I mean, in some sense, I get it. Obviously, I have a redneck accent. If I go down home to Kentucky and visit with relatives, it's even worse. If I'm down there for a couple of days, I come back and sound like them, which you all probably wouldn't be able to understand me. It gets so thick. But to have a completely different accent like that, just because that's the crowd you're talking to, and she tried to explain it as that she just picks it up, whatever. No, you're pandering.
Exactly.
And doing a bad job of it. So, yeah.
AOC's an interesting character, isn't she? She really is.
Man.
She is. I will be absolutely, well, no, I guess on one point I won't, but I was going to say I'd be absolutely shocked if she makes it past the next election cycle.
Well, I can't imagine that many in the black community are particularly amused by her.
I can't imagine that too many in her district, period, are amused by her because she's already lost a ton of jobs for them.
Egypt.
I think what it is, like, well, with AOC, basically is like she's saying what the other ones are thinking, but they know they're smart enough not to say it out loud. She's just saying, "Fuck it, I'm just for the say it."
You know what? I'm sitting here talking smack about AOC, and the fact that she's like an elected member of parliament. But the fact is, ladies and gents, is she came over here and she spoke to our Labour Party, and she presented that Green New Deal. You know the Green New Deal, the one that got no votes.
Yeah,
she presented it to our Labour Party, and they ate that shit right up. It was like, yeah, AOC.
Well, yeah, and that's what they do. They come up with pie in the sky ideas like that sound real good, if we could do it. But what it all comes down to, and the reality check, is how's this going to get paid for?
It's it just shows how dumber British politicians are. But the fact that AOC came over here and was just leading the choir,
you could have took one for the team, Bear, and kept her over there.
I didn't know she was here. I didn't know she was here until she left, which is surprising considering the mouth on her.
That's what I'm saying.
You think I would have seen it in the news, but no, I had no idea. If I had known she was here, I would have bought her an avocado. I know that's the way. Oh, and some mints as well, because I know horses like mints.
No, that's not a horse. That's a donkey.
Yeah, boy.
I'll be back in a second, chaps. I need to go get a drink.
So how you been doing, Pat?
Oh, I've been doing great. Oh yeah, yeah. Here's one thing about Twitter. Did you see that one person who was supposed, like I said, her dad wished her happy birthday, and then she went all fucking liberal on him and stuff like that, talk about, like, oh, don't contact me because you vote for Trump and you're not for, you're pro-abortion and all that right there. Oh my God, it was just ridiculous.
No, I didn't
Some
see
person,
that.
some person who called herself Fox or whatever. It was popular. She's protected her tweets ever since then. But it was
Oh,
basically it was like a.
I think I seen the tail end of it after she'd already protected her tweets, so I wasn't able to see her side of it. You know, like I said, I wasn't on Twitter much this morning or most of the day yesterday. But so
Yeah,
this
because
was
basically what it was.
from her to
Go
her
ahead.
father.
Yeah. Yeah, supposedly. And it's like, I guess she expected, she was gonna sound so woke that she was gonna get praised for it. But a whole lot of people blaze it up.
It smells like booty
She's
in
like,
here.
mind y'all own business. Y'all don't know my life and all right there, and plus, like I'm saying, she's one of those submissive, so she's owned by a black man. So
Oh,
Who
goodness.
dis?
oh my God. It was have you seen it, Bear, that tweet that went around like yesterday about this one girl who went off on her dad because he wished her a happy birthday and she went all liberal on him?
Did I quote tweet it?
I don't know. I know a whole lot of people they was hit it up, including myself. I'm like, yeah, when virtue signaling goes wrong.
Yeah. I mean, let's be honest here. If politics is enough to make you turn on your father in public,
Man.
you've got more issues than your politics.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's what everybody was telling her. Like, I'm like, really, you're gonna disown your father just because he has different opinions than you?
It seems to be very much the case since 2016. It's 2015, 2016. I find it to be abhorrent, to be quite honest with you. Just these young people disowning family members.
Yeah.
Back when I was a kid, if you had a racist granddad, you just said, he's from a different generation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not saying that Trump voters are obviously racist. I'm just saying that, we kind of look to the older generations as, just to be expected. But to completely disavow, that's sad. These are your family, for God's sake, people.
Yeah, I mean, in my family, and J-Kid will probably back this up, in my family, if we disowned one another because we didn't agree on things, none of us would talk to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, to be fair, in my family, yeah, we pretty much all had disavowed each other. Oh dear. It's sad because my mum's like, why can't you lot get along? I'm like, well, because my fucking sister's a retard. It's like, can you not speak about your sister that way? I'm like, no. Yeah, we have a problem child in the family. And would you believe that it's not me?
No.
You think it would be me, but no, I'm actually the best behaved out of the three of us. Well, I mean, my elder sister, she's very successful. I mean, she was a massive bitch when she was a teenager, getting into shit all the time, doing drugs, that kind of stuff. But no, the middle one is the worst.
The middle one is one that usually gets ignored.
Well, the thing is, she is also now a he now officially as of the other day. And was just a nightmare as a kid. When he was a she and a teenager, she'd be getting into fights, would be doing drugs. She had to be sent to boarding school. And I'm not talking about, hey, welcome to boarding school. I'm talking about naughty bastard school. Yeah, she was homeless for a period of her life as well. And she's got some fucking weird friends. Yeah, she's the problem child, not me. I can assure you with that. Don't get me wrong, I'm the angriest, and certainly the person who's had the most fights and stuff in his life. But yeah, I'm not the problem child.
Well, if that's the case, I'm not sure I want to see the rest of them. If you're not the worst.
Yeah, my oldest sister, she's all right. She's a little bit of a social hand grenade sometimes, but she's done very well for herself in life.
Yeah.
She now thinks that she's too cool for school.
Well, I know in my own case with my kids, my middle child, who his mama's Minnie, she was the problem child. She was the one I got the midnight calls from the police officers and all that about.
Oh, dang.
Now, of course, she's straightened all up and all of that, but
Forgot who?
she asked me if I'd forgot the youngest one. Yeah, I had issues with my youngest child, but it was of a different nature. She did try her best to take over the problem child title from the middle one. Let's put it that way. Yeah, J Kid is the oldest. You hardly heard anything from him enough to be a problem. He was always hiding in his room.
I was about to say, J Kid, the only reason why he's like looked at as a saint is because the man's a hermit.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's
like, sure. Look, right. I was not the problem child. I was not the problem child.
It's not that J Kid was a saint. It was just like you could pretty much guarantee. Where's the boy at? Well, he's in his room.
Mm. He had everything in his room.
I was like that as a teenager. I was either in my room playing games or whatever, or I was out and about. I was out
with all that spank material.
Yeah, exactly. I wasn't a hermit though. I was out all the time. I was a very outdoorsy kid,
I could tell you stories about him, but I won't because I don't.
Because I'm not gonna lie, man. I've had tons of hustlers, playboys, and hooters and swing. You name it, I had it. Shit. I actually missed that collection. It'd probably be worth some money, man.
Yeah, you're probably right because all that stuff has gone the way of the dinosaur. It's all digital and online now.
I'm saying, man, shoot. Do they even make magazines? Well, yeah, they do, but they don't make them like how they used to.
No, they've changed. I mean,
I used to love magazines like that. Yeah, the limited edition magazines where they'd include an educational pack and it'd have toys and stuff and shit you could make things out of. Loving that as a kid.
Yeah, Jake says, I got into fights when I left my room, so I stayed in my room. Yeah, there's some truth to that. There's some truth.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't start having fights really until I was what you guys would probably call the 9th grade.
Mm-hmm.
When I realized that my jaw wasn't made from glass. I started going to mosh pits and stuff. That's when I started becoming a problem child. That's when I started getting drunk.
Well, see, I was the opposite. My parents didn't allow me to fight, and I tried to follow that for a very long time. But because of that, I was picked on by everybody. Every bully that wanted to make a name for himself looked me up and pushed me around,
Yeah, you've told me the stories.
Yeah, I was constantly in a fight as a young kid. Not because I wanted to, but because the bullies always sent me out. Now, once I reached about 9th grade, and I started fighting back, then it went away. And J Kid, well, to be fair, y'all didn't allow me to fight either. No, we tried to keep you out of fights.
Yeah. It's like, my family, like I said, they ain't like me to fight, but they also said, but if you got into one, you better not back down.
Yeah, my parents, if they found out I got in a fight, there was a good chance I was going to get it when I got home. So I tried not to get in fights because I was more afraid of my mom and dad than I was of any kid on the street. But I had good parents. I had, I could have done a whole lot worse, honestly, than the mom and dad that I had. Well, have. Dad's still alive. Awkward silence.
Yeah, I mean, as a kid, as a young kid, I was very quiet. Would you believe? Very, very. That's why I can't shut me up now.
I was
didn't
too.
speak to people. Didn't speak to anybody for a long, long time. Do you remember me saying that I spoke to my mum about the ADHD clinic and how they thought I was autistic?
Yeah.
And then I told my mum, and then she was like, "Oh, I always knew." And I was like, "What do you mean you always knew?" Yeah, I was autistically quiet as a kid. I didn't speak to anybody. Very, very, very shy. Wasn't really until high school that I started coming out of my shell and stuff. And of course, when grade 9 or year 9 came around, that's when I started becoming the monster that I am now.
Well, for me, it depended on where I was and what the situation was. If I was around the adults, which I often was, as a kid, I preferred to be around where the adults were.
Sorry, Matt, I just got to silence myself for a second.
Sure. I would talk their ears off to the point where mom and dad were constantly telling me to shut up. But if at school or around other kids, yeah, I was really shy and really backwards. I didn't say much until
because we used to being around adults than kids.
Yeah, I mean, I just always preferred to be where the adults were. I wanted to listen to their conversations, and when I was a kid, that was in the days where the family or neighbors would come over and they'd sit around the kitchen table and drink coffee and play cards, and the kids would all be off playing. but I wanted to be around the adult table. Listen.
Ooh, we couldn't do that, man. Let us been around, and I'm saying just right there, just looking out, and then like you see, like your mom or dad looking at you, like you need to be somewhere right now. Like, get out of my mouth. Oh. Yeah. And don't let them be talking, and then all of a sudden you intervene and say something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You got this smack upside the head. Now get somewhere and play.
Yeah. Yeah. For the longest time, I thought my first name was Shut Up. That was usually the first words out of their mouth. Shut up. Followed by my name.
My apologies. I had to see the missus out. She's off to work now.
Yeah. Jake says now you're more likely to get shot than anything else. Yeah. I mean, I grew up, you guys have heard me say, and I still live in the hood, in a redneck ghetto, more or less. And when I was a teenager, we fought a lot. There was a lot of fists thrown, even a few knives pulled. I actually got stabbed at a high school basketball game once, but not so much now. Now you got to be afraid they're going to pull out a gun on you.
The only time I worried about that was in high school when I started dating. It's like, oh my God. Where I lived at, like I said, well, a lot of the dads didn't like the fact of a black man dating their daughter, so shit.
Oh, no.
I went to that because most of you know that Mama Minnie, before she was divorced, was married to a black man. And the fact that he was black never bothered me. It was the kind of person that he was that bothered me. I didn't care about his color. But being a redneck and having a redneck family, don't think I didn't hear that from a lot of people, that just couldn't deal with it. There were parts of my family that were, they're racist.
What they fail to realize, is that that type of attitude wasn't going to make their daughter stay away from me. If anything, it was just going to bring her closer. Because the more you forbid her to do it, the more she was going to do it regardless.
Yeah, I always told my daughters, I don't care, what color they are or whatever, as long as they're good people. And
as long as they don't put their hands on you.
They seem to have took it to heart because Mama Minnie married a black man, and my youngest daughter married an American Indian. So
That's what I say with my kids right there. You know, like I don't care. I don't care what their race or whatever things like that. Whatever y'all turn out to be, whether you be straight, you know, homosexual and things like that. As long as they're good people, and so long as you're good people to them and things like that. And so long, especially with my girls, like I tell you, like yeah, so long as you keep your hands to yourselves and all that right there, shit, we all good. Now, if you hit that guy and he bops you back, I can't say nothing.
Yep. Jay kidding. We like our Orioles. Yep. Love my grandkids. Love my granddad. That was one of the hardest conversations I ever had to do, though. My oldest grandson, when he was in about first grade, come home and he was crying. And I said, "What's the matter with you?" They lived here. And I said, "What's the matter with you, boy?" And he says, "Well, my friend at school says he can't play with me anymore." And I said, "Did you ask him why?" He says, "Yeah, because his mom said that he's not allowed to play with Oreos." And he didn't even know what an Oreo was. I had to explain it to him. And basically, I just said, "Well, grandson, just know this. There's stupid people in this world, and you're going to meet them. This won't be the first time."
Yeah, I've tried to have this conversation with Alfie because Alfie tends to get a little bit spicy himself from time to time. And I'm like, you can't say those things. Because Alfie, much like how I was as a kid, didn't understand that he was a minority.
Yeah.
I guess. And I think I've spoken about this before on stream, but some of the things he said have been a little bit racist. And like he obviously doesn't mean it like that. But sometimes he just goes a little bit too far. And it's happened a few times now, but I'll recant the last time it happened. There are a couple of these kids that go to his school. I don't know where they're from. They're not black, but they are dark skinned. So I think there could be perhaps, is it Malaysia? Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah, they're like some kind of Asian, but very dark skinned. Very, very dark skinned. Could pass as black, but not really at the same time. They kind of look like Tamil tigers. Well, anyway, their kids are very dark as well. And Alfie pointed at one of them when we were leaving the school and went, "Look, Daddy's dirty." And I was like, "What do you mean he's dirty?" He's like, "His skin, he's dirty. He's black." I was like, "Oh, stop it!"
Out of the mouths of babes.
And I was like, "Oh no, no.
Kids are so innocent." I've told the story before. I'll tell it again real quick. When Mama Minnie was probably 3 or 4 years old, we were at the bowling alley. I was holding her actually in my arms, and all of a sudden she just shouts out, "Look, Dad, a black man." And I turned around, and sure enough, there was a black fella walking in the door, and he heard her. He heard her, and I just looked at him like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he just laughed and said, "Don't worry about it." Kids are dishonest.
Yeah, you probably understand, you know. Yeah, like, you know, kids say the darndest things, you know, like
they do. Yeah. And the only reason why I have more of a concern really is because the fact that there are children in his class that tend to repeat what their parents say. But it is the north of England. It doesn't surprise me that there are a few couple racists around here.
They do exist.
Because it's what I'd probably say that where I live is probably the equivalent to a redneck ghetto in the way that it's white trash, not in the way that there's guns. I mean, I think there's at least one person around here who does have a gun, but it's mostly fighting and the occasional stabbing every so often. It's a white trash neighborhood, if you like. I'm one of very few colored folks around these parts. So like, yes, I think there are a couple of racists here and there, but you know, it's not too big of a concern.
Hey, Data.
It doesn't surprise me, especially considering that there is a pikey in the class. That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, I don't think my grandkids really realize that they would officially be recognized as a minority because it's never been pushed. You know, by both sides of the family was always recognized in their upbringing, and we've never pointed out that, hey, mommy was white, daddy was black. It was never an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same for me. Like my mom never really like pointed it out to me as a kid, but again, she had the same upbringing, I guess. My mom was the first black lady in the town I grew up in. I mean, she knew she was different and stuff, but she was raised by white folks and went to school with white kids. And I mean, she did experience racism, actual racism, but I suppose I had that typical upbringing that she had, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It just that situation with my grandson was not the first time something like that happened, obviously, and it won't be the last time for them even yet. But I just told him,
teaching them how to handle that situation. That's the biggest thing right there.
I just told him they're stupid people, and you're going to have to deal with that, grandson, unfortunately, as you get older. It won't be the last stupid person you'll ever meet.
Yeah, I tell him, like,
Sorry, carry on, mate. Go on.
No, I was just about to say, because I just see my kid, like, like people are going to say a lot of wild things in the world and things like that. As long as they don't put their hands on you, just let them talk,
Yeah. Pretty much the same thing, It's obviously where I live, it's not like, the KKK or anything. It's just, well, I think a lot of them don't even really mean it, to be honest, either. Unless they're like genuinely being angry in your face and stuff. I can't defend that, but
well, yeah, my dad had racist ideals, but he was raised with them. He was raised to believe that stuff was true.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't malicious with it. That's just the way they felt, that certain people were inferior,
Mm-hmm.
and they felt that way because they were taught that by their parents and so on.
Yeah.
Now, once he grew up, he realized that those feelings weren't right, so he tried his best to change them, and then consequently tried his best to make sure that my sisters and I, his children, did not feel that way. We're never taught that.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, as you know, my mum was adopted by a white family. It's quite interesting, actually, because, my nan, who's actually going to be 100 years old on the 5th of July.
That's amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy stuff. She actually treated my mum different because of it, which I suppose is going to be natural for an adopted child, but there was a racial element to it, like she's spoken about to me, and her siblings as well. I think only like one of her siblings was good to her and treated her like a normal human being, I suppose. But my mum's hardest. My mum's solid, mate. She's not affected by these kind of things. Even then, she wasn't affected by those kind of things, like, really, to be honest with you. Even the genuine stuff, my mum was hard, really, really hard woman. She left home at 17, joined the army, that kind of thing. Skinned her head when she was a teenager, was a skinhead for a period of time. Got the old Doc Martin boots. Obviously it was a trend back then. It wasn't just associated with politics. She battered a lot of them, Yeah. She kicked the crap out of a lot of these guys.
I experience it some, when I'm out in public with my grandkids. I get the stares, and honestly, from a lot of black people, I get the stares because they're looking at me like, what are you doing with those black kids, white boy? And I just ignore it, go on.
Yeah. I think racial tribalism is far more prevalent in America than what it is the UK.
It is. You guys tend to be divided much more along class lines than we are, and we're unfortunately divided along race lines much more.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is I know that might sound like me saying that you guys are racially divided. It might sound like I'm being...
No, it's true.
arrogant or anything, but obviously we can't say much better because we've had this big divide between the classes now for forever.
Right.
I mean, I'm fairly sure it's because of the class system and the snootiness of the upper classes why the American Revolution happened. In the first place, I mean, the working class should have had a bloody revolution back then as well, hashtag Marxism. I'm joking. But the racial stuff is becoming more and more prevalent now in the UK, I would say. And I find that deeply troubling because when I was a kid in school, obviously there was still a white majority, but we were still multicultural. And back then it worked. Back then it worked. The majority of students in my school were white. You had some Pakistanis, you had some Indians, you had some like West Indies guys, like Jamaican and whatnot. And it worked perfectly fine. We all got on. If people got into fights, it wasn't because of race. And I can see in my peripheral vision that my 6-year-old son is currently pressing his face against the glass on the door.
Oh, God love him.
Yes, son. Here he comes. He's got that cheeky little smile on his face as he usually does. Can I help you? Yeah? What?
I'm hungry.
You're always hungry.
Yes.
You're like a dustbin.
I'm not a dustbin. Are you serious?
You're like one of them big garbage bins, the skips.
No.
The industrial ones that builders use.
What kid is in a garbage disposal?
I'm saying now.
What? You
They
mean
see it, they want to eat it.
That's right.
Are you really serious?
I'm saying, right, that you put food into your mouth and it just goes in. And it never seems to get full up either. You're a bottomless pit, you are.
Hey,
You got a black hole in the stomach.
Yeah.
We all had it at that age.
Right. Can you say hello to Bloodwing and Pat?
Can I take a blowing a pat?
Hey, Alfie.
Hey, how you doing?
They say, how you doing?
Papa, thank you.
Oh, good boy. Good boy. Right, I better go give him another snack. Right, can you get off the fan? It's not a toy boy. Right, excuse me.
Okie doke. And we've got a little under 15, about 12 minutes left in the stream. So we can open it up to chat if there's any questions. You may know as much about me as you want to, but maybe not Pat. He's not on here a lot. So.
Yeah, like I'm not on here a lot. And if you ever checked out my channels, you see a whole lot about me. I don't hold back when it comes to a lot of my, opinions, my political and social and things like that. And like I said, I'm still trying to get people into my other channel where I'm basically talking about a whole bunch of true crime, bunch of creepypasta mysteries and stories.
Yeah. I do love some creepypasta sometimes. Actually tried to start, well, you remember, I had a channel for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back.
Like I said, trying to get that popular, and I'm trying to take pointers from whoever I can, and then trying to network out to and reach out to a lot of these popular other channels right here, see if I can get like a kind of like an endorsement somewhere wherever I can.
Yeah.
Hopefully as time goes by.
Yeah. Jen asks, have I checked out the live yet? No, I haven't. I'm not very good at being the first adopters, if you will, like new platforms and so forth. I kind of like to sit back and let people try it out and see how it goes.
That's a very smart position to take because we all did that with Maker Support.
Yeah.
And we did it with VidMe, and look at what happened there, so no, don't get me wrong. When big content creators, when people like Dave Cullen and the Sticks, when they're talking about not putting all your eggs into one basket, okay, that's common dog, common sense. But never I don't. When people say, "Oh, abandon YouTube for BitChute," no, you must be mad.
Yeah. Kyler says, "Are your allergies kicking up?" Mine sure are. I've a little bit. I've been suffering with sinus headaches about the last 3 days. I've got one every day for about the last 3 days. But other than that, not too much. When I was a kid, I suffered with them real bad. I mean, in the summertime, you could guarantee I would wake up, my eyes would be fused closed with gunk, you know. And but as I've grown up, I've kind of grown out of them for the most
Yeah,
part.
the pollen hasn't been real bad down here this year as it was, like, you know, according to last. But it's like, the heat, on the other hand, you know, that's been a different story.
Jen, you can go ahead and do that. I'll check it out. Like I said, I just don't tend to be. I don't jump on new things very quickly. I'm a little cautious, you might say. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah, especially the way that the I'm not afraid of going on things for the media go after them. It's just there have been some instances with some platforms, Gab, where it's now become a renowned thing where right-wing terrorists hang out. I didn't kind of want to be associated with that, you know. I deleted my Gab anyway because it's a really bad platform.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Joel Brown says just upload to both. Dude, do you know how hard it is to get myself motivated just to do the things I should for YouTube? Let alone two platforms.
You can have it auto set, dude, on BitChute. To be fair, everything that I upload to either of my channels gets automatically uploaded to BitChute. They have a special system in place.
I'm still trying to figure out BitChute.
Yeah, BitChute is obviously it's a little bit old school in the way it's set up. Ray's obviously working on that. You have to give the guy some slack at the end of the day because it's pretty much just him and a team of volunteers. That I'm fairly sure aren't being paid anything. I know the website is being funded and stuff, but I don't know whether they're getting a wage. And they're a very small team. You know, obviously YouTube is led by Google now. It's bought out years ago, wasn't it? So they've got all the resources in the world. You have to give it time. There is a way to auto upload everything, and you have to put your creator ID number into BitChute, and then it'll start doing it, and then it'll upload everything that's already on your channel to BitChute. It's a nice place to have it backed up, you know.
Yeah. Data says Blood still has his own multiple IRC networks. I will neither confirm nor deny that. We're going old school there. We're talking IRC. Probably before both Pats and Bears time.
I don't know.
I don't even know what BitChute is. BitChute is a video platform that sprung up. Well, when did it spring up, actually? What, 2018?
Yeah, about a year ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a platform that, and again, this is a problem that a lot of platforms are having, the ones that try to set themselves up as alternatives, is if you set up a new platform and you kind of sell it and promote it as a free speech platform, you're going to get dicked.
Yeah.
You're going to get dicked. It happened with Gab, it happened with BitChute, it happened with Subscribestar. Well, Subscribestar didn't sell themselves as a free speech platform, but you know, because people from our genre went over there, they were jumped on naturally.
To sell things like that, just sell it as an alternative, and as free speech as I am, as Bear said, when you promote something as being a free speech platform, you are going to get the jerks, and unfortunately, they might ruin it for you.
I know that BitChute was attacked. I think PayPal blacklisted them, as they did with Subscribestar, and they've obviously had a few hit pieces on them and stuff, which is a crying shame, man, because Ray's tried so hard to get alternative voices onto the platform. Yeah. So as you could imagine, when the apocalypse happened and there wasn't really places to go, a lot of the people who had been booted off of YouTube all kind of got congregated at BitChute. So you had the gun channels, you had the weed channels. A lot of like alt-right channels went over there, and obviously the majority of just the anti-SJW guys went over there as well, including myself. Ray, he went out of his way to contact people that the type of people that usually see us talking about or making videos on. Like he approached them individually. Like what's that Muslim guy that Tommy Robinson was getting in a fight with all the time? You probably, both of you probably would have heard his name before.
Probably.
Yeah, he's this guy that basically goes out and challenges right-wing personalities in the UK, and I forget the guy's name for the life of me. But he's pretty big. And Ray was like, no, not Tariq Nasheed.
Him.
No, not Tariq Nasheed. It's
no, do I say he's been on one lately?
Oh, I see. I seen you quote tweet him earlier. He approached the Muslim guy who's quote unquote Asian, and he approached a few others as well. I'm fairly sure, including Kevin Logan. I myself tried to help Ray by speaking to Bronx about it and asking him if he wants to upload that. As I said, look, dude, Ray wants as many alternative voices on there as possible.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't care about your political leanings, and he will promote your content as well with the BitChute account. He doesn't care if you're a massive communist or, you know, a Muslim or whatever. He wanted that diverse, diverse thought, you know. But you know, the media doesn't friggin' help, does it? It's not the right Nazi platform.
Ebony Williams has seen any good movies lately? I haven't seen any good movies per se.
It's 25 past 9.
Haven't seen any good movies per se, but I have started watching an interesting little documentary series, if you will. It's about forensic science and how it's sometimes junk science. You know, it's not always as true as we think it is, which I've been finding interesting. Can't remember the name of it right now, but yeah. I don't know. What about you guys? Any good movies?
Oh, well, lately?
Yeah.
Oh.
I can say like lately, like I've been watching I haven't watched a lot of old school, like because everything now is just a lousy remake, and
yeah, it is.
I'm just like,
I've been obviously, as you know, watching anime. The movies are. I started looking for a film that I wanted to watch yesterday on Netflix, but it ain't on there. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. I was looking for a horror movie. No, what's that movie that Misa was going on about all the time?
Which one? She talked about
the really good one. Fairly recent. I think it came out last year.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Can't
really scary, apparently.
Oh, what now?
Really messed up. Like Misa was all like the horror critics were blowing smoke up its ass because it was like the first decent horror movie in a while.
Talking about Us?
Nah. I mean, I've not seen it, and I was looking for it last night. And I couldn't bloody find it. I think it may have come out last year.
I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, someone in the chat, come on, help us out here. Someone in the chat would get it.
Yeah, I remember looking for it when she was talking about it, and I couldn't find it on Netflix.
Babadook?
No, not Babadook.
Nope.
That just sounds like a movie about a dog that becomes friends with a cat.
Oh, Babadook? No.
Yeah, makes its way across America in a
No, that's Marmaduke.
in a good old fashioned. I don't know who's in it. You know these horror movies, like they always use actors that nobody's ever heard of before. It won't get out either. I'm gonna have to best horror movies of 2018.
Was it Death Day?
The second I see it or hear it, I will know and screech it out. or I won't find it, and we won't find out what it was, and it will suddenly pop. Hereditary.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hereditary.
yeah.
That's the one. I was looking for that yesterday.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking. Yeah, when you said it, like, yep, that's it.
Like, I'm sorry, J Kid, but like, I mean, the only things I know about the movie is someone gets a head lopped off. That doesn't narrow it down.
No.
And there's like some coal in it, and that doesn't narrow it down either. But yeah, a lot of people swore by that, and I was looking for it last night, and I couldn't find it available to watch. Not as pirated, you know.
Right.
It's half past.
It is. I was just getting ready to say it is that time again.
How do we get it?
It just when time flies when you're having fun, they say.
I'm saying.
But thanks everybody for coming out and supporting my channel with your likes and your views and especially and to those that were able to give a little bit of monetary support. I appreciate you. Bear, as always, thank you. Anything you want to shout out?
Yes. In fact, before I show my own thing, you may remember me talking to you guys and the chat about the channel Alternate History Hub,
right?
And how I thought it was a really good history channel, and they have like sort of kind of animation and really interesting stuff, really good narrator and everything. Right. There's the channel. They've actually uploaded a video today, which has been ages since they've uploaded. So if you like your history and you like it being told in a colorful, kind of sarcastic but American way, that's their latest video. I'm shilling for massive channels here, like.
Well, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah, I just personally would recommend it to you all because I think it's a good channel. But I also uploaded a video, and it's just an experimental thing, just a one-off. I think it's a one-off where I did a response video to that scumbag J Station, who was pretty much taking advantage of the Etika suicide. And he uploaded a second video, and it didn't really help his case where he was apologizing and stuff. So I responded to it in a 1950s PSA parody style, British parody style. So if you'd like to go over, please guys go check that out. Please let me know what you thought of it, because I am looking for a certain level of criticism, because it will pertain to a new character that I'm going to create at a later date.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm just waffling on now.
That's all right. Yeah, go do it. Pat, it's always a pleasure when you're able to join us. I know you work a lot, but you're always welcome.
I love coming on here.
And anything you want to shout out?
I said just what I've been basically shouting out throughout the whole show. You know, it's like, if you haven't seen it, go check out my new Psycho Rick channel, where I'm basically talking about a whole lot of true crime, creepypastas, and scary stories and things like that. Like, you know, like my last one I just dropped down about 5 days ago. It's like a creepypasta called The Peephole. You know, I'm getting real better at those, you know. Yeah. So if you ever can, go check it out, see if it's, you know, your type of thing. And if you like it, you know, share, subscribe, and get it on out there so I can build this channel on up.
Yeah, go do it. Now, I mean, I'm subscribed. I've been subscribed to it for quite a while, but yeah, go do it.
You know, Monday I should be dropping down my next video. It's supposed to be about it's going to be a part of my killer series about Jasmine Richardson.
Yeah, cool. As for me, first of all, the next be sure to tune into the next Redneck Radio, which will be Tuesday at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time, and tomorrow at 5:30 the newest episode of Redneck Trek will premiere. So check that out. I think I personally think this was a good one. I think y'all enjoy it. So, but we'll see. Anyway, as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.